Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Wrestling Inc. Daily. It's me, your managing editor of WrestlingInc.com, joined here as I am every Tuesday to get tickled to talk the last 24 hours of professional wrestling. It's our good friend, E.J. Cameron. E.J., welcome back to the Wrestling Inc. Daily.
What's up, Nick? Happy Tuesday. How you living, my guy?
I'm living great, EJ. I'm so glad you're back here today because it is not just a normal day in the world of the Wrestling Inc. Daily. It's a very special day, EJ, because I just put up some exclusive news over at WrestlingInc.com. That is why we are late here today. We didn't get started till 4:20 Central, the bewitching hour for many of you. So, roll up a fatty and get ready for the Wrestling Inc. Daily here today because we got a fun one for you. We will get to the news. It's not on the run sheet, EJ. I'm going to lead off with this breaking news here in just a second. I'm going to blow your mind because I think you really will enjoy this breaking news, EJ. But also at the end of the show for everybody, we'll dive in the mailbag. We're going to look at the state of pro wrestling factions, like who's your favorite faction in pro wrestling right now. I thought that'd make for a good couple minutes of conversation to close the show. But without further ado, news you can use. News that will leave a bruise. And get this, EJ. Jeff Jarrett. You heard of him?
Heard of the guy, yeah.
He has joined the ownership group for the Springfield Sliders minor league baseball team 3 hours south of us here in Illinois.
Wow. So, slider, like not like a little burger, but like the pitch.
Like the runner that slides into home plate there, or whichever base. Yeah, Jeff Jarrett now in the ownership group for the Springfield Sliders. Now the name may change from what I was told today. As I heard about this very early in the day, and I was like, I want to know everything about what's going on here because I have so many fond memories personally of doing shows here at the Joliet Jackhammers Stadium just outside of Chicago. Me and the micro brawlers, or half pint brawlers, I think, who we worked with. So I love the marriage of pro wrestling and minor league baseball. And I'm told that Jeff's day-to-day responsibilities will not include him actually handling the team, right? Making decisions about who will be playing the baseballs. Jeff's responsibilities will be to be bringing entertainment to these minor league baseball fans before the game, after the game, and in between innings. Now the Sliders, I found out, only have like 30 to 32 games a season. So that leaves this baseball park empty for like 330 days out of the year, right? Which means Jeff Jarrett can book this place to do circuses, maybe some outdoor cornhole, or if he wanted to, Jeff Jarrett will have full access to a minor league baseball park and all of their facilities, security, concessions, ticket taking, to operate pro wrestling out of Springfield, Illinois, as he so pleases. What a twist.
I mean, I feel like we got to take a trip, right?
Oh, buddy, there is a live stream happening tomorrow, I'm told. And so everybody's going to be able to check out. I'm not positive how Jeff will be presented at this presser, but I'm sure he's going to be involved, and we're going to hear more from Jeff, I would imagine, about this. And I wish we could be there tomorrow, EJ, but we will be going down to Springfield, Illinois to support Jeff Jarrett and this minor league endeavor. I love this combination, EJ.
Absolutely. Look, if somebody doesn't hit a home run with a guitar, we're wasting our time.
Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, and if they're going to change the name, Springfield Slapnuts really has a ring to it. The Springfield, I would buy a Springfield Slapnuts t-shirt. I just want to put that out into the ether, you know?
Yeah. I get one too. We should make some of those.
We will. Mario Gallardo here saying in the comments section, guitar night at the ballpark. Everybody gets a guitar night. I guess Aki here, laughing face, really like the Springfield Slapnut suggestion. That was a good one, right? What about
you should really make that shirt. I'd buy one.
Middle seventh inning stretch, NWO shows up, takes out the kneecaps of the other team, kind of stuff. I don't know. I love there's some great documentaries. Go watch The Battered Bastards of Baseball on Netflix. That is a story about who's Snake Plissken? What's his name? Escape from New York, Escape from LA. He's in man. Who am I thinking of right now? He's not Kevin Costner. He's the
I was
other
about to say Kevin Costner.
It's not Kevin Costner. It's the other Elvis in 10,000 Miles to Graceland. Oh my God.
He was in Death
Richard.
Proof.
No, he wasn't Death Proof. Oh, think about it. You think about it. Somebody Google this. Somebody fill this in. It's about his dad who used to run a minor league baseball team and how he wanted it to be all circusy and fun because it's like Kurt Russell. Thank you, Everdread. I'm thinking of Kurt Russell. Yes. Kurt Russell's dad ran a minor league baseball team, and it was a great team. There's a documentary called Battered Bastards of Baseball. You got to go check on Netflix. It's all about how his dad was more about bringing the fun to, he's like, it's a minor league game, right?
Yeah.
Let's have fun. Let's give stuff away. Let's blow stuff up. Like, whatever, And it became such a hit, and he had kind of a Moneyball approach, became a big success. Another great documentary on Netflix. I don't know the name of it, but it's about the Trashers minor league hockey team. Also very much the same. The ownership really just wanted to put on entertaining nights for families. Question mark. There was a lot of brutality there. But anyway, I think this could be a really good pairing. I'm very optimistic on Jeff Jarrett running a minor league baseball park. I'm excited about that idea. Actually.
That's pretty dope. Yeah. And it's outdoors. It works.
Yeah. I mean, we just had Matt Tremont versus Onita at a minor league park blowing each other up. The double turbine exploding landmines death match. Barbed wire. There's some barbed wire.
Barbed wire.
Throw a barbed wire in there. Also, thank you also Chris Duggar who jumped in. Also Kurt Russell. Yes. So, and Gary Lyles, like if Vince McMahon made pro wrestling fun, well, if it's like if Vince produced minor league baseball, I think is what we're gonna get here. I'm stoked, dude. This is what a canvas for Jeff Jarrett to paint upon. He's just
the true artiste.
He's just been given a minor league baseball park down in Southern Illinois, the home of Abraham Lincoln, by the way, who was a pro wrestler.
Oh, that means they could do like $5 or like penny beer night.
Or they could we've seen chairs get thrown. Maybe a pitcher messes up. We're all whicking pennies at the pitcher, right?
That'll be terrible, Nick. No. Those slingshots, it'll go too far.
Hey, I didn't say I said whick 'em. You said slingshot 'em. You're trying to take somebody out here.
See, the human brain, we got to evolve it. See? No.
Okay. Maybe pennies in the park, somebody up in the upper levels just throw pennies down on the crowd below, right? Pennies in the park. It's raining pennies,
Nothing will go wrong there.
Is it pennies or peni? No, it's pennies. It's multiple. So anyway. All right, we're gonna break it down a notch. Anyway, there's more information about this whole thing. I spent the afternoon digging into the wonderful world of minor league baseball and professional wrestling. Talked to some awesome people. I'm very excited for Jeff, and I'm very excited for Springfield, Illinois. What a coup! Bringing the conference and like the circus never stops in Springfield, Illinois. Now I love it. Maybe
I know. Never. They already got the Simpsons.
Hey, might be seeing Simpsons parody luchadors in a wrestling match out in the outfield pretty soon. We don't know where that 6-sided ring is. Maybe we do. Jeff could probably bring that back, So, also, by the way, Samantha's saying Canada doesn't have pennies. Doesn't matter. This is America, wow. Southern Illinois. It's the home of Abe Lincoln. They got pennies. Before we move on here, did you enjoy Dynamite? MCAS wants to know. We didn't ask you yet, EJ. Did you enjoy Dynamite?
I absolutely did. Bobby!
Bobby! You want to tell him about Bobby Guy real quick before we move on?
Oh, man. There was this guy who we spotted at the top of the show who was a little too lit. And by the time we got to Rampage, Bobby Fischer came out, and Bobby Fish was out, and he just kept yelling, Bobby!
To the point security came over and told him to be quiet. And then when other people were yelling in the area, he stood up and belligerently told them, "Don't yell and be a loud wrestling fan, or security will come talk at you." Really
They're
poking
from
the bear.
Wisconsin. They don't like loud.
Really poked the bear.
I had a great time.
But it was funny because after the security guy told him to stop, it was the whole section just started yelling Bobby and really took it up a notch. And there's a whole thing. You had to be there.
You had to be there.
All right, I'm gonna bring this down here real quick. I could have probably started the show with this, but I do want to give a quick update before we get to all the fun stuff coming out of Raw last night. The Sunday night podcast had Meltzer on. He gave an update about Triple H's cardiac event. It was described as very, very, three very serious by a source. Now, Hunter has not resumed his daily duties with the company. Remains to be seen when he's going to be back full time. The Hall of Famer is expected back with the company in some form at some point, but it has not been confirmed that he's going to return to the same exact high-stress job that he had before. And I don't know really anything. I'll just say, up till about 6 weeks ago, I was doing the podcast with Sean Waltman every week. Great guy. Love Sean. Ended amicably. Wonderful. We're friends, lovers, whatever you want to say. But one of the last shows we did, I remember, was him reacting to Hunter's, cardiac arrest. And even at that time, he was like, after something like this, man, like, why go back to what you were doing? I mean, Hunter intentionally, purposefully put himself between NXT and developmental, and for the good, for the bad, he took the brunt of all of it, right? And that is, you talk to anybody that's ever worked backstage in any capacity for WWE, they will tell you how demanding that is. You go through an experience like this, do you want to go back to it? I think that's a big question, man.
That's a huge question. I don't think he should, but it's a lot of ego in the business, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, I can go back and do this, but I really hope that he puts his health first into consideration, like something less stressful, or just chill. He has beautiful kids, a family. Take it easy.
Yeah, I agree. Do what you got to do. Do what you love. But yeah, I agree. And I think he knows that too. And it sounds like he's got friends around him right now. I mean, look, the guy's got to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars, right? His whole family and his family, like extended family for years to come, all set, right? He just has to sit back, show up, not rock the boat. I mean, it is hard as an artist, obviously, to watch certain things slide, but at a certain point, I mean, I just want to take the mimosa and sit on the beach, man. I'm a passionate artist, man. You pay me, baby. I'll sit there on that beach. You can take over the theater inside, and man, what a harmonious relationship we've got. Does not faze me one bit,
Just make sure my cup is never dry.
Yeah. And I said mimosa, but it could be a margarita. It could be a Bloody Mary if it's before
Pina colada.
Pina colada, like the pina colada. All right. Well, CM Punk is not back at WWE, but I feel like his work in AEW has started to affect WWE's a bit. And when I say that, I mean, I think that Punk being back and doing the shoot style promos, it really kind of started with Eddie Kingston, right? We didn't really see that with Darby Allin. There was really not much bite to the Darby, but I think the Eddie Kingston stuff started the trend. Then we saw Becky and Charlotte miraculously decide to start doing shoot stuff to generate interest. Punk's back with MJF on Wednesday night. You were there with me, EJ. Time stood still for 20 minutes, right? Everything
sure did.
Dude, yeah.
Sure did. It felt like 5 minutes.
Yeah. So, I mean, and then in the wake of Punk and MJF, we get not one but two shootier than normal WWE promos on Raw last night. We'll get, I'll flip this a little bit. We'll start at the top of the show. So Liv Morgan, she starts it off by blaming Becky Lynch for her friends being released because of her big, cushy WWE contract, which, by the way, probably not the reason her friends got fired. I don't think that Becky Lynch's $3 to $5 a year million is breaking the bank for Vince at this moment in time. How did you feel about the line Liv delivered here to Becky Lynch at the top of the show?
I liked it. I really did. It made me react. I was making my bed while I was watching and listening. And when she said, I was like, "Hoo, Becky do got a bus. She do have a bus." So I thought about it, and it just made me at least they're acknowledging the fact it does suck if you're the person that's fired and you're like, cool, I'm glad you can use this as material.
Yeah, I did. And I saw Sean Ross Sapp's tweet last night about how there were a lot of people that have been released that found this to be in poor taste. Of course, this wasn't the only time their releases were referenced, but I can understand that, especially when you see somebody like Taya Valkyrie out there who's willing to go nuclear, scorched earth right now. I don't really know that dragging her into your storyline may be the best tack. Could be wrong. Right?
No, I don't think it is.
So, Goodfella 1422 saying Liv was very good on the mic, stepped up. I agree with that part of it. I thought this was easily the strongest that Liv has ever looked on the mic, and it doesn't hurt, of course, that she was in the ring with Becky in that moment too.
Yeah, she's one of the most improved players there. She's really great.
So then later on, we get Mike Battle Part 2. Edge versus The Miz. Now, Edge really got the digs in here. First of all, he made a reference to last week's confrontation between Punk and MJF on Dynamite, where Punk referred to MJF as a less famous Miz. This is actually not so much a dig. It's like a compliment. He says, you've got people in other companies saying your name just to get a cheap reaction. You live rent-free in a lot of heads. A direct reference, it would seem, to what was going down with Punk in AEW, right?
Yeah, totally. And The Miz loved it. You can see it behind his glasses. He was like, yeah, I know. It's great.
So yeah, that, it was the best promos when you're in a feud, the ones that build up your opponent, so it means more when you beat them, right? And this was a great little line. It makes Miz look cool while also, at the same time, I don't know, setting some seeds. Now, the other one was Edge making a reference to John Morrison's recent release. Edge told Miz, you use this to get notoriety. You use this to get notoriety for your next endeavor, meaning WWE for Dancing with the Stars, for your next reality show, for your next dance competition, while you leave your partners high and dry to get fired. Basically insinuating if he had not left for Dancing with the Stars and had hung around with John Morrison, Johnny Drip Drip may not have been fired. Fair, off, what do you think, out of bounds? How do you feel?
I think it's fair. I think once The Miz left, they didn't know what to do with Morrison. So they just let him peter off on his own and sit backstage meditating.
There was a lot. Look, I really thought Johnny Drip Drip was going to get moved into the main event picture. The crowd was... Yeah. The crowd is so weirdly into Morrison, like they're into R-Truth, where it's like at any moment, if R-Truth was put into a legitimate heavyweight title match, hit the bicycle spin kick and went for the pin, people would be like, at the 3. They'd want it that bad, even if it's Big E. You know what I mean? I think there's
absolutely.
Yeah.
Morrison's a great looking dude. He's funny. He's charismatic. He's gotten way better on the microphone and being a personality. And he does parkour.
Fun guy. He's got a lot of great videos on his socials, too, about him rolling around with big, soft boxes and stuff and whatever.
Crazy.
So, John Morrison, to his credit, did respond to the segment. He said, hey, Edge, high and dry, Johnny Drip Drip is never not wet. Hashtag flood stud, hashtag America's Most Wanted. By the way, when you jump into Mike the Miz's water, be prepared for a slaughter. I have a feeling Miz let him know this was coming. John signed off on it. Nice little bit of buzz for John. Probably sold some shirts last night from some disgruntled fans that felt he was being disrespected. Hey, not bad business here, in my opinion, for John Morrison.
I gotta start using hashtag the flood stud. That's
dude,
great.
It's a good one. America's Most Wanted, the flood stud. Well, Fightful saying had the following to say about one particular Raw storyline. Now, word is that the original idea for the Golden Egg storyline was, quote, much worse with stakes much lower initially. Now, it was noted that one of the pitches included some sort of integration with the WWE 24/7 title currently held by Dana Brooke. Now, people associated with The Rock and or the movie reportedly said this wouldn't suffice for the tie-in. So they ended up involving Big E, WWE title. Vince's involvement with the Golden Egg storyline was described as a, quote, make good to add more importance to the Red Notice angle. And oddly enough, the McMahon Theory relationship rolled on beyond the storyline last night as Vince and Austin Theory had 4 segments on Raw last night where Vince took Theory under his wing and twice slapped him straight in the face to teach him a lesson. So first things first, I love the idea of The Rock getting sent Vince's pitch, being like, I know wrestling. This is some bullshit. No, Brian Gewirtz, go fix this. Go. And I see Gewirtz going back. Vince, Dwayne's not very happy. Vince, I got to judge it up a little bit here, you know. And I have a feeling Gewirtz probably worked this one out for Dwayne, played the intermediary. But what Vince has got to, I mean, like, it's got to be weird for Vince. The shareholders get to say stuff. The networks get to say stuff. Now Dwayne Johnson's in his ear telling him how to say. I mean, no wonder he's pissed off and slapping Austin Theory all the time. Like, the man seems to be both in control but a puppet at the same time, you know?
Yeah, he's definitely being pulled around. I mean, the dude made a whole night of video packages for The Rock just for him not to show up.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna hope there's a longer term plan for that. But Vince McMahon, Austin Theory at WrestleVotes, by the way, tweeted out a GIF last night of Vince working out. Maybe we get Austin Theory versus Vince, or Vince and Austin Theory versus some other combo. I think the hit was Vince is gearing up to go to battle one more time, EJ.
No, absolutely not. It felt like the segments felt like it felt like you have to hang out with your mean grandpa.
Yeah. Well, and here's the Johnny Gargano's his dad, which means that I guess Vince is Johnny Gargano's dad. I think that's the order here in this weird, messed up pro wrestling family.
Okay.
And I like the idea of Vince calling Johnny in from NXT to berate him about how he parented this child. He's a thief. And he doesn't pay attention. He's always looking away, leaving himself open for slaps.
What did I tell you about looking away from me? I was like, what is this? Stop. Go to sleep, Grandpa.
Yeah. So we also had, and this is my last news item, then we're going to get to the mailbag. Post-show, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, they came face-to-face. The former Shield members crossed paths near the entrance ramp just as Reigns stepped out for the dark main event featuring McIntyre and New Day versus the Bloodline. Surprise for the Bloodline being there. Surprise Kofi Kingston was there. McIntyre scored the victory with a Claymore kick on one of the Usos. The match lasted nearly 20 minutes. PW Insider saying Heyman did not accompany the Bloodline to the ring, and Roman Reigns easily got the biggest pop of the night. Great use of Roman Reigns here. If you're not going to be able to advertise him for Raw, but you're hopeful that, you know, he could show up after the show for your kids, that experience whole thing. This just really nice use in 20 minutes. Really, we've seen some dark matches for WWE, and that's where they have the most fun, it would seem.
Yeah, I know that had to have been a banger of a match. Imagine everyone's like, all right, I'm leaving. Let's get out of here. Then you hear Roman Reigns' music hit. You're turning back and you're sticking around, and they're giving you 20 minutes? Yes, absolutely.
All right. Well, EJ, I want to thank you for joining me at the top of the show to talk all the news today. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, jumping in the comment section. Everybody's got great comments here. Iron Med's here saying, Austin Theory's going to find his way into a 3-way, win the title. We didn't even mention how Kevin Owens got that DQ victory at the end. It's going to be a triple threat now at day one. Seems pretty obvious. Big E's going to pin Owens. Owens goes off to all kind of elite existence, and we're going to get Big E Rollins at Royal Rumble, I think, would be my guess.
Yeah.
right?
That's what I was feeling the whole time watching it. I was like, Seth, why don't you just punch Big E and call it a day?
Man, Gary Lyles here, Vince in Theory versus Triple H and Shane. And look, no, I don't want that. No,
not at all.
Maybe
not gonna order it.
Maybe Stephanie and Shane. That would Vince and Steph could go heads up, and then Shane could tango with Austin Theory. I'm not against that.
Or maybe somebody represents Vince and he's just the manager.
What if we get the whole, like, remember when Linda was like comatose in a wheelchair? What if we flip it? Steph smacks Vince so hard he goes into a coma, gets wheeled around for a while Linda starts making out with Austin Theory all the time in front of him, and then has to Austin Theory get down into his little thong in the ring and does the little dog bark thing and just play it back. I don't know that Vince gets the mania pop that Linda does, but we can run it back. It's maybe a worthwhile endeavor.
Yeah, it's been long enough. Yeah. Throw the golden egg back in there too, baby. We got us hotcakes.
So my poll question today came from the idea that New Day, Roman Reigns, they were in this dark match after Raw last night. Got me thinking about factions. We got a lot of factions in pro wrestling right now. Who's your favorite faction? Is it the Bloodline, Super Click, the New Day, or somebody else? Over 300 fans, 52% the Bloodline, 30% Super Click, 7% for the New Day, and about 10% for everything else. Do you have a personal favorite faction in pro wrestling right now?
Oh, I don't know. I voted for the New Day.
Yeah.
They've been solid for so many years. I mean, they're just a tight-knit group. Everybody's been a world champion or leading something of the other. There's a king and 2 world champions.
Yeah, I voted New Day as well, because I just like that they're so different right now, and they're taking over the business in like a different kind of way, but they're still friends. I see Perfect Q saying best friends, right? Iron Meds, Hurt Biz was cool. What are you talking about? Is cool. Hurt Business is back, baby, out of nowhere.
But you've never seen them together.
Back, baby. Antonio Garcia here saying the same as a lot of our write-ins here. Dark Order got a lot of write-ins. At Smarky MFer. We also had at Wesley Chasen. We have at Ben G94. The Pinnacle. Does the Pinnacle feel like a faction anymore?
No.
I agree. I think they started it and were like, MJF is way stronger on his own.
Yeah. You can't have people work with him without being berated and looking stupid. And I think it's just they just separated, and it was a quick little thing, and now it's done.
Yeah, and at the Bubster 1, Shane Taylor Promotions, great one. I like this one from Angel in Disguise. Would have been Hit Row, but they got released, man. Yeah, dude, that's a bummer. Hit Row was awesome. Perfect Q, no love for Death Triangle. I mean, is Death Triangle even a thing now?
A little bit, but not officially.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's going to bring us to the end of the show, everybody. Sorry for the late start time here. A lot of news to get to, as always. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to be joined by Brian Wool. We'll have more to get into, maybe some extra audio. We'll see how things play out. But that's it, except for following Wrestling Inc. on all the socials, visiting the site, and, of course, subscribing to the Wrestling Inc. podcast. It's just like this show, only at night, after the shows, including tonight after NXT. EJ, what do you want to put over here before we wrap up today?
Be nice, y'all. The holidays. Santa's watching. Be kind. Stay warm. Take care of yourself. Drink your OJ and your vitamins and all of that. Say your prayers.
Yeah, say your prayers. Enjoy your winter time. Tomorrow is December 1st. We start the march into the holidays proper, I guess. So, get your tree, get your menorah, get whatever you want to do. Get a bottle of Jack if that's your religion. That's fine. Whatever. I don't really care. So, anyway, rum. Yeah, look at EJ's eyes lit up.
Some eggnog. Yeah.
Hey, I had my first Evan Williams eggnog last night.
What do you think?
Oh, I get spiked eggnog every year. We were putting up the tree last night. So
nice.
Drinking my eggnog, putting my lights up, singing to my dog, cute. All those things. All right. Well, I'm at Nick_Hausman over on Twitter. As my friend Nicholas, the plant friend, says, have a good evening. I'll talk to you tomorrow. And remember, if you winked, you didn't miss it.